It seems to me that the SEC is really on a crypto witch hunt lately, especially with over here them charging Binance holdings together with CZ for a variety of security law violations. But not only for Binance, also it happened a few days ago for Coinbase. So then the question that remains to me, what does this mean for crypto.com and especially Kronos? Well guys, let's dive into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Coin Baron, and in this episode we're going to look deeper into the wonderful world of security regulation. But before we move on, I do want to mention that first and foremost, I am not a financial advisor. Second, I am also no legal advisor. And third, I do not live in the United States. But because it does impact basically the complete crypto environment, it is a very important topic to learn more about. So stay tuned. To learn more about securities, it's very important to first understand what a security really is. And it has nothing to do, for example, with data privacy or anything like IT safety. No, this is really security in the financial world. And it is actually what it shows over here in Investopedia. Security is a fungible, negotiable financial instrument that holds some type of monetary value. So a great example will be something like a stock. So let's again take a look at the example of a stock. So is a stock fungible first and foremost? Yes, a stock is fungible because it doesn't matter if you got stock number 1, stock number 2, stock number 3. It's all interchangeable, so it's not a unique stock. Then the second part of security, is it a negotiable financial instrument? Well, yes, a stock can be traded on any stock exchange. And also then the third part as well, does it hold any monetary value? And well, again, yes, it's actually a part of a company. And if you trade it on an exchange, you'll actually get money back in return. Therefore, well, it holds true to all three parts of a security. Since you now understand what a security really is, we can go into the meat of this post over here. Because what the SEC is trying to say is that Binance is offering basically things like stocks, securities. Then you might be asking yourself though, well, Coin Baron, if I go to Binance, I do see all kind of different cryptocurrencies available there. And they got tickers like stocks, they got graphs like stocks, and they also can be exchanged like stocks. So what's the big fuzz around it? Well, there we do get into the nitty-gritty legal part because, well, cryptocurrencies have never really been labeled as a security, but always as a commodity. And there again, we do have a big difference because what is a commodity? Well, a commodity can be a lot of things, like for example, your hard money, but also things like your old couch can be seen as commodity. And that old couch of yours can also be put on a sort of exchange, like you can go to your Facebook marketplace and you can put up your old couch for sale. And the big actual difference is over there because Facebook marketplace for your old couch doesn't have a lot of rules. But a security like a stock, there are all kind of different rules in place because there are quite a few risks involved with securities. Stocks are very volatile. Your old couch probably isn't very volatile. Cryptocurrencies were really the wild, wild west of the financial markets, and therefore there are no rules. And with no rules, a lot of question marks start to pop up. And those question marks right now start to hurt because what it actually means if we go to more security-like behavior is that we get more rules, and more rules mean more complexity and more cost involved. So that is normally bad for any market. The discussion, so security versus commodity, has been going on forever. But right now it's being looked at case by case for every cryptocurrency basically. And the details really are in these articles, these charges by the SEC. But the most important information is really in the complaint itself. And this complaint is, again, a legal document, 136 pages. So if you are a lawyer, you might like this. I personally don't really like it. But the most interesting part is really into like the BNB side of things. So BNB is the cryptocurrency of Binance. And I think it's really the counterpart really of CRO. So that is quite interesting to compare maybe. But let's take a quick look at BNB because the issue really with BNB here is that they think it's a stock-like asset. The most interesting part starts over here. Binance raised approximately 50 million through its ICO by selling BNB to about 20,000 investors globally. Approximately 32 US-based investors purchased at least 500,000 BNB during the ICO. Since Binance launched in 2017, BNB has traded on Binance.com platform, and Binance and Zhao have continued to lead BNB investors to believe that BNB's price is tied to the success of the Binance.com platform. So to conclude, Binance sold their own coin, and the coin, well, the price of the coin is linked to the success of the company Binance and, well, their platform. So that does also include the BNB chain. I'm personally just a simple man, but if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it is probably a duck. And just replace the word coin with stock, and I think you'll get the same result in the previous sentences. Anyway, so yes, honestly, I don't think it's that much of a far-fetch from the SEC to say the BNB is much like a security. So therefore, well, you have to abide by the security rules. And yeah, that means if you don't, you get a fine. So that's probably a result of this BNB chaos we just had. Having said that, it is not only the selling of BNB coin on the Binance platform, it is also enabling trading of different coins like BUSD, Sol, ADA, Matic, Phil, Atom, Sand, Mana, Algo, AXS, Coty, and maybe even more than just mentioned over here. Now it's time to start the comparison between Binance and Crypto.com. And let's start with the platform really, because, well, Binance is not the only exchange that offered coins like Solana, Filecoin, AXS token by Axie Infinity. Those are major popular coins, and I think they were available basically on every platform. So if this actually goes true and there is a set precedent, I think Crypto.com is also have to abide by the same rules for these coins. Unfortunately though, I'm not entirely sure if they were available on the US exchange and the US app previously, but well, these are major coins, so I'm pretty sure they were. If not, do let me know in the comments down below, and while you're there, please consider gently tapping the little red subscribe button. But hey, okay, let's continue. What might be good to mention though is that Crypto.com does have a lot of regulatory licenses. For example, over here, you see that they actually acquired a money service business license, an MSB, to actually operate with crypto exchange in the USA. But they also acquired the small exchange, and that was actually a security exchange for stocks in the USA. And that one also granted them more security-related licenses. So that might be good to know. Then let's talk about the Kronos coin. And it might be good to mention that Kronos or Crow never had an ICO. So that is not comparable, luckily, with Binance. However, having said that, well, Crow did not have any ICO. There was an ICO, so initial coin offering, for MCO, the Monaco coin. So that is the original coin that Crypto.com made, Monaco, for actual staking for their cards. And yeah, well, unfortunately, the Monaco coin has been disbanded, and it was actually swapped to become CRO. So while there was no original CRO ICO, there was an MCO ICO, and the MCO was swapped to CRO. You still get it? Yeah, a lot of letters, but I think, well, in this case, CRO might be a bit in trouble. There was one big difference though with BNB, in that with BNB, it was mentioned that high officials mentioned that the price of their coin BNB was linked to the success of their platform. Such official statements never have been made with CRO. However, again, it is almost kind of logical to assume that if Crypto.com is doing great, their coin is also doing great. So therefore, it's not been officially stated, but you can make a logical deduction. Okay, time for the overall conclusion. Crypto.com has offered coins that are seen as security, and their own coin, CRO, has been kind of sold with an ICO and is kind of expected to grow as the company grows or the platform grows. Therefore, well, yeah, it's very much comparable to the situation with BNB. There are some accusations as well that there was funds commingled with BNB and Binance, And that is definitely not the case for Crypto.com and CRO. So that part of the allegation doesn't hold true. But the other parts, well, might be rather much applicable. The question though, is it really a bad thing? If the whole, industry is going forward with the acceptance of securities, because, we can also still just exchange stocks. We can still trade stocks. Having to use Robinhood, it's pretty much similar to what we currently do with stocks anyway. So, it is still very easy to trade stocks as it is easy to trade cryptocurrency. We just have to abide by the new, set of regulations. Anyway, so more clarity might even help the industry forward. Having said that, yes, there might be some changes coming, and expect maybe some news in the future to pop up with CRO or with Crypto.com. But honestly, I wouldn't be that scared. It's probably the new way forward anyways with crypto. Having said that, guys, I'm Coin Baron, and I will see you in the next video. Till then.